all, today's top breaking news with Gitanjali from Bayan Times. Kia Motors employee in Anantapur test positive for COVID-19 after returning from Tamil Nadu. An employee of Kia Motors India (KMI) in Anantapur who came from Tamil Nadu on May 26 has tested positive for COVID-19. A statement issued by KMI on Thursday said as part of the safety measures, it is insisting that employees have a travel history undergo COVID-19 testing. Till date, 545 employees were tested for COVID-19. Of the test, one case was positive. He travelled from Tamil Nadu to Andhra Pradesh on May 26 and his samples were collected on May 27. The statement read, KMI said as per the government protocol, the infected person was immediately sent to government quarantine. The positive person has been shifted to a government quarantine facility by government ambulance as per the protocol. The company is stressing the primary and secondary contacts of the COVID-19 positive person at work. They will be screened, tested, and quarantined as per guidelines. The company is rendering all its assistance to Penukonda local mandal administration in this regard, the statement said. Andhra Pradesh government schools to get new look under Manabadi Nadu Nedu scheme by August. Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy on Wednesday directed officials of the School Education Department to finish revamping schools under the Manabadi Nadu Nedu scheme by the end of July, before schools reopen on August 3. Under the first phase of the scheme, 15,715 government schools will be renovated and fans, blackboards, water purifiers, cupboards and other furniture have been brought for this. Schools will get 9 facilities including compound walls, toilets and English labs. Some of the new furniture was brought to the Chief Minister's camp office on Wednesday and he inspected it. The state had opted for centralized procurement and about Rs 890 crore is needed for the materials. Tenders were finalized for all items other than sanitary ware and Rs 144.8 crore was saved through reverse tendering. As many as 3 lakh benches for classes 1 to 6 and 2.1 lakh benches for classes 7 to 10 have been ordered. Besides 89,340 tables and chairs for teachers, 16,334 cupboards, 72,596 green chalkboards, and 1,57,150 ceiling fans. Andhra Pradesh CM hands over Rs 262 crore to auto taxi drivers to help them tide over COVID-19 crisis. Chief Minister Y.S. Jagannath Reddy on Thursday released Rs 10,000 in financial aid for all auto or taxi drivers with their own vehicles under the YSR Vahan Mitra scheme 4 months in advance to help them tide over the COVID-19 crisis. A total of Rs 262.49 crore was disbursed, benefiting 2.62 lakh driver commoners. The amount was directly credited to the unencumbered accounts of the beneficiaries with just one click on the laptop by the Chief Minister. Addressing the beneficiaries of the scheme through video conference, the Chief Minister said aid is being provided for the second time to help the drivers come owners of the autos and taxis. All of you got self-employed by operating taxis and autos to support your families but have faced problems during the lockdown due to the COVID-19 crisis as you could not operate your vehicles and earn to make ends meet. Today our government is extending the promised aid 4 months in advance to help you all deal with the situation, he said. Pointing out that, as promised in the election manifesto, he launched YSR Vahan Mitra on October 4, Jagan said he has advanced the disbursement of the aid to extend relief to the families of auto and taxi drivers who are suffering due to the crisis. COVID-19 lockdown. Shops at Andhra Pradesh, Tirumala to open on alternate days. Tirupati Urban Superintendent of Police Avula Ramesh Reddy has said that shops at Tirumala will be allowed to open on alternate days to ensure physical distancing. He said that he will hold a meeting with shopkeepers soon. The SP also inspected Vainkuntam queue complex and queue lines in the temple on Wednesday and expressed satisfaction over the arrangements made by the TTD. The TTD has already drawn circles all along the darshan lines, ensuring a distance of 6 feet between the devotees. According to TTD, a plan is being drawn up to allow 300 devotees per hour for about 15 hours a day. Andhra Pradesh. Twitter war between Sancheta Gajpati Raju, Chandrababu Naidu intensifies. Mansa's Trust Board chairperson Sancheta Gajpati Raju, countering criticism against her, said she was heading the Mansa's Trust as she was the eldest survivor legal heir of the Ananda Gajpati Raju. It trust was usurped by a GO issued by you. Even as my father's ashes were still smoldering, Sancheta tweeted in the reply to TDP chief N. Chandrababu Naidu's tweet. Continuing her Twitter war against Naidu, she said Mansa's law campus was given to ILF&S free of cost and students shifted to a shed. The ILF&S was involved in a scam. So before you sing praises of your colleague, you examine how much he has destroyed the legacy of Mansas. During the tenure of Ashok Gajpati Raju, there were questionable decisions which have impacted Mansas Trust finances. An ex-parte decree was issued against the Mansas Trust, due to which we suffered a loss of over rupees 13 crore, as Ashok Garu didn't think it fit to appoint a lawyer at NCBN, she tweeted. In her concluding tweet, she said, "May I request former Chief Minister at NCBN Garu to refrain from bringing politics to what is a Pusapati family affair. You have mentored a person during whose tenure 150-year-old Moti Mahal was bulldozed, Fulbog Place was razed to the ground, and historic fort is in shambles." COVID-19 cases tally in Andhra crosses 4,000 mark, death toll rises to 71. COVID-19 tally in Andhra Pradesh crossed the 4,000 mark with another 141 cases reported in the last 24 hours. The total number of cases now stands at 4,112. The death toll increased to 71 with 3 more deaths, one each in Kurnool, Krishna and Guntur districts reported. According to the media bulletin issued by the State Command Control Room Health on Thursday morning, a total of 9,986 samples in the state were tested, and among them 98 people tested positive. Among the 98 new cases in the state, 19, all from Nellore districts, have the travel history to visiting Coimbatore Wholesale Market in Chennai, one of the COVID-19 hotspots in the country. Another 43 people who returned to Andhra Pradesh from other states tested positive, taking the cumulative total of the new cases in the last 24 hours to 141. 29 more people were discharged from various hospitals in the state in the last 24 hours. As many as 33 among those who returned from other states were also discharged, along with 3 among the foreign returnees. Schedule for postponed Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission exams likely by June 25. The Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission (APPSC) in preparing a schedule for examinations that were postponed due to the lockdowns imposed to control the COVID-19 spread. The members, led by Secretary PSR Ajinayulu, convened a meeting at the Commission's office here on Wednesday to discuss the same. The exams that were postponed include Computer Proficiency Test for Junior Assistants in Acharya N.G. Ranga University, March 30 to April 1, Degree College Lecturer Examinations, April 3-4, and Group 1 Test, April 7-19. A resolution was passed by the members to announce the schedule of these examinations before June 25. Interacting with the media after the meeting, Ajay said as part of the precautionary measures, the Commission has decided to follow a standard operating procedure for conducting the postponed exams. The number of centers will be increased and isolated sections will be arranged at the centers for those with health issues. All the postponed examinations will be conducted online with the support of Andhra Pradesh Online, the body said. Panel call in Power Utilities Staff Division between Andhra Pradesh, Telangana final, says Supreme Court. The Supreme Court on Wednesday dismissed as withdrawn the application filed by a section of employees transferred to Telangana Power Utilities from Andhra Pradesh as per the Dharmadhikari Committee, observing that entertaining more applications in that matter would become a never-ending process. The SC did not consider the applicants' objections regarding the committee's report, nothing that no liberty could be given at this point of time. According to information, 131 employees who were relieved and allocated to Telangana as per the SC appointed Dharmadhikari Committee's order moved the apex court pleading for changes, including reopening of seniority list and amend the list of 655 employees allocated each to power utilities of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. The applicant submitted quashing of certain portions was necessary. The apex court orally observed that if the application was admitted, it would become a never-ending process for the committee, and this cannot go on forever. Hyderabad Metro ticket fare, Telangana Center told to file affidavit. A division bench of Telangana High Court on Wednesday issued notices to the state and central governments, Hyderabad Metro Rail Limited and Larsen and Toubro Metro Rail Limited for filing counter affidavits in 4 weeks in the PIL filed alleging fixation of ticket charges of City Metro Rail in contravention of concession agreement entered between Telangana government and HMRL on September 4, 2010. The bench of Chief Justice Raghvendra Singh Chauhan and Justice B. Vijay Sen Reddy passed this order in the PIL filed by the Communist Party of India, Marxist, represented by Hyderabad City Committee Secretary M. Srinivas Reddy, seeking to suspend operation of the present fare chart of the L&T Metro Rail Limited dated November 25, 2017 in the larger interest of the public. About 4 lakh commuters are using the facilities and 57 stations are in operation. 4 officials booked in SCCL explosion case. A day after 4 Singareni Collieries Company Limited (SCCL) workers were killed and 2 coal workers were injured while undertaking blasting operations at the SCCL open cast mine in Godavari Khani, the Ramagiri police on Wednesday registered cases against the general manager of Ramagudam Region 3, the deputy manager of OCP 1, the site in charge, and the foreman under sections 304A and 286 of IPC and the Explosive Act of 1998. Meanwhile, the talks held between SCCL union leaders and the Director Operations of SCCL, S. Chandrasekhar, in the presence of Ramagudam MLA K. Chandar and ZP Chairperson Putta Madhu, yielded good results, with the Singareni management announcing compensations of Rs 40 lakh each to the families of the deceased persons. Chandrasekhar also assured them to bear the treatment and hospital expenses of all the injured persons. The bodies of all deceased persons were handed over to their families after post-mortem. Approach Bharosa Center fearlessly, says CP. Warangal Commissioner of Police CP V. Ravinder inspected a newly set up Bharosa Support Center for Women and Children at Subedri on Wednesday. He said trained staff will be appointed in the center and women can approach the center without any fear. Bharosa intends to support women who have been victims of violence in private and public spaces. The center will start with all basic amenities soon, the city police chief added. Jagan government betrayed Dalits, alleges ex-Andhra Pradesh CM N. Chandrababu Naidu. In a scathing attack on Chief Minister Y.S. Jaganmohan Reddy, TDP President N. Chandrababu Naidu on Wednesday said he made countless promises to Dalits, but after storming to power, he has resorted to wreaking atrocities against them. Naidu alleged that by passing the constitution, Jagan was implementing the faction-driven and chaotic Pulivendula constitution to which the Dalit communities have fallen victim. The TDP chief held an online conference with the SC leaders of the party, explaining how Jagan had returned a betrayer of Dalits. Now the TDP Supremo said it was contrary to his false image as a protector of the weaker sections before elections. The assigned lands of poor families were being forcibly taken away, their houses were being demolished, even the Ambedkar statue project was ignored, he alleged. Car in KCR's convo caught speeding, fined Rs 4,140. One of the cars in Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao's convoy was caught speeding 4 times and fined Rs 4,140. However, it is unclear if the Chief Minister was in the vehicle when it violated the traffic rule. For security reasons, the Chief Minister's convoy usually has several cars with the same registration number, which makes it difficult for one to trace the vehicle he is in. The car TS09K6666 was found to have violated speeding rules 4 times at Madhapur, Toli Chowki, Lower Tank Bund Road and Kodad, the latest being on June 1. The Telangana Police e-Challan website posted screen grabs of the car violating the traffic rules. In one of the grabs, the convoy vehicle in Kodad was seen going at a speed of 96 km per hour at Tipu Khan Bridge and Tank Bund. Cameras captured it being driven at 71 km per hour and 63 km per hour respectively. The challans were generated through the latest automatic number plate recognition software, wherein the speed and the number plate is captured on the camera and the challan automatically generated. After the news went viral on social media, the outstanding challan amount on the e-Challan website showed no pending challans. Two ZPTC joined TRS in Nizamabad. Two ZPTCs and several MPTCs joined the TRS in Nizamabad on Wednesday under the leadership of Kamareddy, MLA Gampa Govardhan, Damakonda and Bikaner ZPTCs, Thirumal God and Padma Nagabhushanam God, along with several MPTCs of their mandals, are the latest to join the Pink Party as it gets ready for the MLC by-polls. The election has turned into a hot topic as CM KCR's daughter and former MP K. Kavita is in fray. Opposition parties have alleged that TRS MLAs are luring ZPTCs, MPTCs, corporators, and councillors to join the party so that it can further strengthen its hold here. Recently, several councillors from the Congress switched over to the TRS in the presence of Bodhan MLA Shakil. Some local body representatives from Armur, Nizamabad, Bodhan, Kamareddy, and Yellareddy had also joined the Pink Party.
With this, we conclude with our today's news headlines. For more such latest news and updates, like, share, and subscribe Pie and Times.